And against at Barnsley Blacks, well, from being sort of like 14, I'd fished for Sheffield Amalgamated, which in turn became Bramall's, Scrapmen. Dave Spate was captain at that time. Dave's a great bloke, you know. Yeah. Dave thought world of me, and you know, we had a really good side at the time. You know, Sheffield Amalgamated, Bramall, Scrapman, whatever you want to call them. We had a great side, and they were all Sheffield lads in that side, and we all fished together as a team. And you know, some of the lads, you know, I'd actually fished with a long time. Sort of, you know, Kevin Rice, David Hall, Dave Spate, Jim Baxter, Gary Mason, Steve Bieber. You know, they were all Sheffield anglers, and we all like fished together. In fact, we used to have two teams in the winter leagues, an A and a B team, and I think for 1 year I fished in the B team. I was the best point scorer in the B team, and Dave quickly realised, and he put me in the A. He put me straight in the A team the year after. And that I'd be about 16 then, and I fished in the side for a good few years, Division 1 nationals, and also Eastern regions. And it was the Eastern region what was the sort of big thing on Winter League. You know, 250 peggers at the time, and they'd be on the Trent, the Witham, places like that, and that's where, you know, we came up against, you know, the mighty Barnsley team. And you know, the Barnsley team at the time were just like incredible, and I think Dave knew all along that sooner or later, Barnsley were gonna come calling. And I think the last year I fished for Sheffield, it were quite funny actually, because going into the very final round of the Eastern Winter League, ourselves and Barnsley were tied on points. We one round to go. And the last round was on the Witham, and it was a freezing cold day. It were -9. -9. The sun came out and it went to -8, and they decided to fish this sort of last round, and we had to beat Barnsley to get into the Angling Times Winter League final. And obviously Barnsley had got to beat us. We tried everything possible to get bloodworm, and we failed miserably. We turned up that morning, and Barnsley had got every bit of bloodworm possible. It's like, you know, whatever Barnsley wanted, they got. And we fished that last round and come second to them. You know, there were areas that day where nobody caught a fish. It was horrendous. I'll remember it because I finished 5th in the match. I drew on the pound length. I had £4.15 of roach on a waggler, and you had one run through and then had to de-ice the runners. And I got a mild case of frostbite in my fingers from fishing that day, and I actually had 3 or 4 days off work. I were an apprentice at the time, painting and decorating, and I couldn't hold the paintbrush for a few days. But straight after that match, it would have been 3 or 4 weeks after the event, and I'd come home from work one night, and I think Dad knew. I still lived at home, and I think Dad knew, because we'd known Dick Clegg a long time. I used to go in his tackle shop as a kid when it were in Sheffield, and I think he'd already spoke to Dad, and the phone rings one night. Dad answered it and he says, "It's for you." And I'm like, "Who is it?" Just thinking it was one of my mates ringing up and asking about weekend fishing. He says, "It's Dick Clegg." And I went, yeah, all right. And he went, "No, it's Dick Clegg. He wants to talk to you." And I've answered the phone, and sure enough, there's this big sort of gruff Barnsley voice, and it was Dick Clegg. And he says, "I've just got one question to ask you," and he says, "You can answer yes or no. He says, it's up to you." He says, "I'd like you to join Barnsley." And I went, "Oh, right, okay." He went, "I don't need a decision straight away, but before you put phone down, I need to know yes or no." Typical D, straight to the point, like cut to the chase. I want to know yes or no before we put the phone down. And I says, I can't really say no, can I? And he went, not if you've any sense about your young kinder, because that's what he used to call me. He says, not if you've any sense about your young kinder. He says, you'll say yeah. He says, I hope you're going to say yeah. He says, because tomorrow morning I've booked you in at Ashley Rogers Taylor's. He says, for measuring up, because we always had Barnsley jackets made. He says, we're having some new ones made, and he says, I booked you in for an appointment to have your suit made. He says, because I know you're not going to say no. So I said, yeah, couldn't really turn that down. And that was my sort of like influx into joining Barnsley, to which I fished for him for 24 years.